This is an overview of my 3-week unit plan covering surface area and volume of cylinders, cones, and spheres. Students' goals for this unit are that students will be able to determine which formulas to use for particular shapes, students will be able to use formulas they learn to solve problems, and students will be able to derive the formulas. These are based on our California Common Core standards for geometry high school level. This unit also reaches technology standards. These standards also include creativity and innovation, communication and collaboration, as well as research and information. This unit was also created with Gardner's multiple intelligences mind. It should address students who are verbal, interpersonal, bodily kinesthetic, intrapersonal, naturalist, visual, musical, as well as logical. The unit also addresses the educational learning objectives of Bloom's taxonomy. The activities in this unit are technology rich and are designed to complement each of Gardner's intelligences.
But what am I gonna say?
At the beginning of the unit, students will utilize Quizlet, an online flashcard-based app where they can create flashcards and study and quiz each other. Students will create presentations and present them to the class, demonstrating step-by-step how to solve various volume and surface area problems using PowerPoint or Prezi. Students will use our Google Plus community to blog. They will answer questions such as how they will utilize what they have learned in their daily life. Students will be able to work with groups using Google Docs and Google Sheets to collaborate with one another and share their ideas. Students will work in groups to create conjectures for additional formulas that they might utilize to solve for volume and surface area. Students will record their discussions and post to the class website. Using a digital camera, students will be able to get outside and go on a scavenger hunt. On their scavenger hunt, they will look for QR codes, where when they scan them, it will link them to the problems they are to solve and share with the rest of their classmates. Students will be able to use the Show Me app to get hands-on with their learning. They will create videos demonstrating how to solve problems and record their voice doing so.
Wherever you go.
Students will be able to make connections to the material by the use of the Poll Everywhere app.
Always know.
Both voting methods take far too long, and expensive voting systems like this one, well, they're difficult to set up and don't allow for audience comments. Hello? Introducing Poll Everywhere. Through a simple web interface, Poll Everywhere lets you collect instant audience feedback. Just type in a question, and your audience can respond using laptops, tablets, or even mobile phones, even your crappy flip phone. Hey guys, what do you think of my presentation so far? Is it A, amazing, B, incredibly amazing, or C, not that great? To respond, just text message the number on screen. Or use a custom URL to respond in the web app. You can even use Twitter if that's what you're into. As people respond, results are embedded instantly into your presentation, in real time.
Students will be able to use their Google Blogger in order to voice their opinions and give feedback to the material being learned.
Will you count me in?
In conjunction with the Poll Everywhere app, students will be able to use Wordy, which can create word clouds which reflect what they are learning. Students will be able to use the MindMeister application in order to organize the material they have learned into a visual representation.
Wherever it goes, I always know that you make me smile.
Students will use the Khan Academy as an additional resource. The Khan Academy has videos where students can watch what they are learning as well as hear what the professor is speaking. Students will use EduCreation to create tutorials as well as view their fellow classmates' tutorials on the problems they're working on. Students will use Symbaloo to visually organize their resources that they need to use.
I always know that
Students will become familiar with YouTube. They will use YouTube along with iMovie to create a musical representation of a formula or the content they are using and learning in the classroom.
Hey Marissa, what's wrong? My grade was falling down a well, and something hit me as it fell. Don't know how, I couldn't tell. An idea came my way. It turned out to be a song. Quadratics don't bug me at all. Listen to it, sing along, and you'll be on your way. It's finally click. Equations are no trick. One time and it will stick. Pay attention.
Students will prove that the formulas work by comparing and contrasting them with formulas for volume of other solids. They will research on the internet how 3D solids relate to their 2D shapes. I hope this unit summary was able to highlight some of the technologies utilized in this unit, as well as how they were incorporated to reflect Garner's multiple intelligences.